Hello, this is Art.
And I'm Cindy.
Cindy, and we're in our second week of AEL, and we have a few questions to prompt this video. The first one is, are you adding any technologies that you hadn't considered before, Cindy?
I am.
Would you mind telling us about them?
As a therapist, don't you hate those kinds of responses? The worst is I don't know. Yeah, I'm actually going to probably be using Kaltura. Is it Kaltura or Kaltuna?
I think it's Kaltura, and
Kaltura.
I'm going to use that as well. Yeah.
And I'm going to be using SlideRocket.
Oh, SlideRocket does sound really interesting.
Yeah.
I like the idea of clickers too. I just haven't figured out how I'm going to do that, but I think it's something I want to incorporate into the classroom for sure.
So absolutely, we are considering new technologies.
Right. Second question, what are you most concerned about as you move forward?
Well, it kind of was the same thing we talked about last week. Because of the dynamics that you see in a real life classroom with the interaction between students, that we're going to be missing that piece.
And our topic is so personal, and people, you know, abnormal psychology, everybody has somebody in their life that they can relate the topic to, and so the nonverbal aspect of it, if it's fully online, you might lose, you know, but hopefully students would be interested in communicating, those students who wouldn't otherwise maybe communicate. We just won't have the feedback nonverbally to kind of pick up on when we might want to address a person or bring them into the dialogue.
But adding on to that actually goes to the third question, which is what you're most excited about. Because what I realized this morning as we were looking at Kaltura as a possible technology to use, that may bring some of that interaction back. Because if, rather than textually providing information from one student to another, to be able to actually hear a voice instead, that kind of excited me. And so it gives me a little bit of hope that we can begin to address that.
Also, you know, on a selfish note, I think that I'm just envisioning myself being somewhere like Hawaii and looking out over the ocean while I'm responding to students, not in my office so much.
I love that.
So maybe.
Absolutely.
And the last question maybe has to do with this is, if you could redesign a learning space for Chico State, what would it look like? Well,
for an in-class setting, because I'm assuming that's what they're talking about,
right?
Yeah, rather than online.
I think so.
Well, for abnormal, because I break my back moving those damn desks around all the time, and it's just such a mess. And then trying to get it back together at the end, and to be able to have, we went to Glen, I think it was 306. That was where I went on our field trip, and to see those movable, easily movable tables and the movable chairs. That would like rock my world.
And they said to just go as big as we want. So, you know, I can imagine having like in the NFL and football games where they have these floating cameras above the field where you can look in on anybody. Wouldn't it be neat if you had all these different modules, but you had the camera equipment to really focus in on any one group at any time and any one person any time, you know?
That would be
exciting. And for an online course, it might be interesting.
That's okay.
I think that's our 5 minutes. Well, no, we've only gone 3. You can add on.
That's your telephone, Art.
Oh. It's my sister, sorry. Forgot to turn that off. See, that's the one thing about technology is you have to remember that.
To turn it off?
Well, it has a mind of its own sometimes, and then so there we go.
Yeah.
So where were we?
You were talking about the NFL in the classroom.
Yeah, just having this floating camera that had the ability to zoom in and zoom out on groups and pick up dialogues as you wanted to switch around, so you can monitor everybody. I don't know how practical that would be, but I guess in the learning, going big, everybody would wear these glasses where we could, if we wanted to see what other groups are trying to pick up on what other people are doing in the classroom, we could do that, and it'd all be technologically driven, but I don't know if that's in the near future.
Okay. I think that's it.
I think that's it. Hey, we're a bit more efficient this time.
Yay.
So, okay.
Time to turn it off.
Thank you.